Hey guys, so today we're going to actually talk about needle safety. um, I have three different types of needles here. One is actually for starting IVs, one is an insulin needle, and one is a tuberculin needle. So the insulin and tuberculin needles are actually very small, and all of these needles that I have safety devices built into them, but I'm actually going to demonstrate why you should never recap a needle. Um, I have never had a needle stick, and but I can tell you a story about a girl who was in nursing school with me back in 2009, somewhere around there. And she actually got an accidental needle stick while we were on our clinicals. So this was actually during a geriatrics clinical, and we had just learned how to give insulin and things like that. But she actually accidentally stuck herself. So that's why I chose to bring an insulin needle, just to show you guys how easy it is to stick yourself. I'm not going to stick myself. Please don't misconstrue anything that I'm saying. I'm not going to stick myself, even though, all three of these needles that I have, I literally just took out of the package. So they're not dirty. They haven't been used on anyone or anything like that. But I'm not going to stick myself just to show you guys what it's like. When you get an accidental needle stick, there's a whole bunch of prophylactic measures that you need to go through in order to make sure that you don't contract anything, especially if the needle has already been used on a patient. It's dangerous. You have no idea what you can get from these patients. There's all kinds of germs and things like that. And if you're treating someone who has like a major disease and HIV or something like that, it's definitely scary. So I'm going to show you guys what not to do, and then I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to use the actual built-in safety features that these needles have. So I'm going to flip the camera around and start showing you guys. Okay, so here are my three needles. Now, I'm going to uncap one of these needles and show you what not to do, but this needle here actually has a very cool safety feature built in, and I wanted to show you guys how it works. But let's uncap one of these needles. So I'm going to uncap the tuberculin syringe here. So you can see it is a very small needle. And if you want to see it more up close, then you can definitely go look on my needle video. But as you can see, it is a very small needle. Now, the girl who I went to nursing school with, I'm going to show you the maneuver that she did when she actually stuck herself, so that you guys can see just how easy it is to stick yourself. Okay, sorry, my phone was falling. But here's the tuberculin needle, and this is what she was doing. So you will learn very quickly in nursing school never to recap a needle. They have caps on them, which are very tempting to do, but she was doing one of these numbers. I don't know if you guys can even see the needle there, but she was doing one of those numbers where she went like this, but she wasn't paying attention, and she actually missed putting the cap on the needle, and she stuck herself with the needle. So that is why you should never do that. Now, I know a lot of people who actually do that, especially if they're diabetics. I know people who reuse these, and you should never reuse needles, ever. I I understand that sometimes needles can be very expensive, but never reuse a needle. Now this, I'm going to show you how easy it is to use this safety feature right here that you can see. You can see where it's skinny and then it gets bigger right here. When you take the cap off the needle, you can see this is another small needle. How easy it is when you're done giving the insulin injection or whatever you're doing with the needle. Literally, you don't even need more than a finger. Now look at that. The needle is covered up. You can't see it anymore. It's inside the plastic. Now, this will come back down, so you need to be careful. After you push it up like that, dispose of it. Put it in the sharps. I've known people who have tried to cap this, which you can do. Sorry about that. You can recap this, but I wouldn't. What they taught us in nursing school is once you have this up, throw it away. Don't even bother trying to recap it, because you could be, trying to recap it and, you're having issues and it goes down like this, like I'm showing you. So don't do it. It's not worth it. And why would you want to stick yourself? Now, what I just did when I put this cap back on is I pushed up the plastic barrel at the same time that I put this on. But sometimes, when you're in the heat of the moment and you're busy and you're trying to get to your next patient, you're not going to think to hold this up and put this on at the same time. So it's safer to just take this, once the safety barrel is up, throw it in the sharps. And then you can throw this in there too if you want. But see what I mean? You put this lid on and it's already coming back down. So it's dangerous. Don't do it. This tuberculin needle has the same safety feature. This barrel is just a little bit smaller, but it does have the same safety feature. Again, do not do this. Just use the safety feature. It's so easy, and it's a lot better for you if you choose to do that. Now, I want to show you something else that they showed us in nursing school, so I'm going to switch the camera around here. Now, another thing that they showed us in nursing school was this, and I don't necessarily feel that this is safe, but this is what they showed us how to do. And then push the top on. I don't feel that that's safe, so I prefer to just use the safety features that are already built in. But if you have a needle that doesn't have one of those built-in safety features, they showed us to do that. I don't necessarily agree with that, and I have actually done it before in nursing school where I had a needle. It was an insulin syringe, but it didn't have that built-in safety feature. It was just a regular insulin syringe. And what I did was, instead of trying to stick my needle into the cap, I chose to just throw out the insulin needle and then the cap. Because when you put it in the sharps container, which is where I put it, don't mistake what I'm saying when I say I threw it out. It went in the sharps container. But when you're doing that, I feel like you could still, get an accidental needle stick if you are putting the needle into this cap and then, lifting it up and still putting the cap on. It still puts you at risk. So just be careful whenever you're handling needles. Now I'm going to show you this needle and the cool feature that it has. Okay, so this is actually for starting IVs. Now let me take this apart here. I want to make sure that I don't hit that little safety button, because that will kind of ruin what I'm trying to show you guys. Let's see if it'll come off here. Please don't hit the button. Okay, so this is the needle. You can see this is a larger needle. This is for starting IVs, and this actually has the little wings on it, if you can see that. Now, when you are done, once you have the IV inserted in the patient, this actually has a really cool safety feature. Now you see this little white button here. I'm going to show you what's going to happen when you hit this white button, but I want you to actually be able to see it good. So I'm going to flip the camera around in order to show you, so that you can actually see. Now, I'll show you a before. This is very clear. You can see right through it. after I hit this safety button, I'll show you what it looks like so that you guys can see what actually happened here. So I'm going to flip the camera around again. Sorry that I keep flipping the camera around, but I want you guys to be able to see how convenient this safety feature is. And yeah, so let me flip this around. Like I said, this is a large needle. This is for inserting IVs or starting IVs. And I'll show you what this looks like afterwards. So let me flip it around. Okay, now just imagine that this is in your patient's arm or hand or wherever. Now we're going to push this little safety button here and watch what happens. Did you see how that just shot down? And this came out. So the needle is actually in here. Now you can see it's not clear anymore. The needle is in there and you can see it pretty well. It's like spring loaded. The spring goes all the way down. And you can see the needle is right there. Now this is no longer a needle. This is actually the IV catheter. And I just wanted to let you guys know, this is what is in your hand or your arm, because I have a lot of people ask me about why needles are left in your arm when you get IVs. There is no needle. This is a very tiny venous catheter. So this will be left in your arm once the IV is there. They do not leave a needle in your arm. It's just a little catheter. And you can see how small it is. But this is just very flexible. See, it's not a needle. I just want to verify that for you guys. It is not a needle. This is a catheter. So this is what's left. But I wanted to show you guys, most of all, that really super great safety feature that those have. And you can see the needle there. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope you learned something. If you guys enjoy my more educational demonstration type of videos, let me know. And if there's something specific that you would like to learn more about and I'm able to give you tips about it or give you information about it, please let me know and I will do my best to get the information out to you. You guys know that I always try to be very helpful and give you guys the information that you're looking for. So like I said, if you need information about something, I can't really give a lot of like nursing specific like to nurses, but I can give some. I am in nursing school. I'm not a nurse. I am currently working as a CNA, so I am able to demonstrate a lot more of the CNA type skills currently, but as I continue to go through nursing school, I will continue to share, you know, information and things that I learn, techniques and things like that, that I learn related to nurses like LPNs or RNs. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if there's any topics you would like me to talk about, any questions you'd like me to answer, and I will see you guys again soon.